friends, welcome to Freedom in a Budget. I am Kelly, and today we are going to talk about the 10 reasons why you are not able to hit your financial goals. We're going to get down and dirty, but it's not directed necessarily directly to you, although you may feel it maybe, but if you do feel like that, maybe it's because I can help you. So we are getting down and dirty, 10 things that may prevent you from hitting your goals. I'm Kelly from Freedom in a Budget. My channel is just all about living life well on a budget. And a budget doesn't have to restrict you, but it gives you freedom. It gives you permission to spend. As long as you put it in the budget and make it all work, then you can spend, which is awesome. So I hope that you subscribe and join my YouTube family. I absolutely love it here. I am having such a blast with YouTube, and you guys are just incredible and have become my family, which is incredible. So this collab is hosted by Kristen Marie. If you haven't checked out her channel yet, please check her out down below in the description box, as well as all the other channels that are participating. There's some really, really awesome channels that I just absolutely love and adore. So go check them out. All right, so we're gonna get down into it, and these are no particular order. No one is more important than the other. I just came up with a list as I was petting a tiger and on the way to Miami to get a tiger. Yes, that happened. Video down below. So let's get to it. The first reason of why you're not able to hit your financial goals is because your goals are not realistic and they're too high. You have to make sure that you set goals that are within your boundaries, within a realistic frame. If you want to save $60,000 this year, but you only make $45,000 or only $70,000, that's not too realistic, because what about all your other bills and everything like that? You have to make sure that it's realistic with your budget, how much is going out, and making sure that all balances. That's so important, just to make sure that it's all there and you can do it, and you're not like rice and beans 24/7 every single day, and then when you get really cheap, only having rice. Not good. The second way is that you don't have enough motivation. You're trying to keep up with the Joneses. You don't have a big enough why. And that's so important. So right now we are saving for a down payment for a house. And one of the main reasons why we want a house is so that we can start a family. And so if our why was just that we can get a house, to me, that's not big enough. You know, I'm very content here in the apartment, but it's not big enough for a house. It wouldn't, work with getting a dog and, having 16 kids running around. And even though Jamie won't let me have 16 kids, but it wouldn't work. And so my why is I want to start a family. I want to have, the kids running around in the backyard and all of that, and the dog and all of, that fun stuff. And so I need to have a really strong why, and I need to have that why in front of me. And if you don't have a really strong why, it's going to be so easy for you to give up. And it's going to be so easy for you to just be like, well, that's all right. I don't really need that. It's okay. It's good. The third way is because you are giving up too quickly. And an example of that would be, we just bought cash for a car. And as we were saving, it would have been so easy for us just to skip a couple months and, just get it a couple of months early and just finance the rest of it and say, hey, we've got most of it, in cash, and then we'll just finance the rest. It's okay, and the same thing with the house. We're saving for a 20% down payment. That's huge. That's a lot of money, especially in South Florida, because houses around here are not cheap at all. And it could be really easy to say, oh, let's do 10%, 5% down. It's okay. No, we need 20% down. We don't want to pay that PMI. We want to make sure that we have a really good, solid down payment and not giving up too quickly, not just settling for okay when we can upgrade. Number 4 is society tells you it's okay. They often tell you that debt is okay, debt is good, debt is normal. Everyone has a car payment. That's like normal, right? What? Who pays cash for a car? Like, no one does that. Yeah, people do it. I just did it. And it's not okay. It's not good to be in debt. It's not going to be a slave to the lender. And don't listen to society. Be weird. Be different. Be, outside the box, and have really strong goals and stay strong to them. There's so many times that people thought I was crazy. The own finance guy at the dealership thought I was crazy, which maybe because he's getting commission, but that's beside the point. He told us that he would finance a car even if it was only $5,000. He wouldn't save for that. What? No, that's crazy. You don't want that debt hanging over your head. No. Don't listen to society. Don't don't do it. Number 5 is not checking in with your spouse and not having regular budget meetings. If your spouse is a spender like mine, it's so important to have those regular budget meetings, not only to kind of like keep him in line, but also to encourage him and to say, look how much we've saved this month. Look how far we've gone. Look how awesome we're doing it. Let's keep it on track. Or, hey, we're getting to the line here. We need to cut back a little bit. Or he could be like, hey, Kelly, the grocery budget, you went all over 2 weeks in a row. We need to eat from the pantry this week. We need to cut it back a little bit. Those budget meetings are so important to really align yourself and to make sure that you're chugging along and you're doing it together. You don't want to be one person over here and the other person over here. You want to be doing it together and, holding hands and just making sure that you're on the same page 100% all the time. Number 6 is to be unwilling to make a lifestyle cut or to cut excess spending on makeup or extra groceries, on ice cream, on eating out, on Starbucks, on different things like that. Sometimes you got to make those cuts, and it's not fun. It's not pretty, but you got to do what you got to do, and it's going to be worth it in the end. We've really cut a lot of Target shopping, of going to Marshall's, and just today I had to go to Costco, and I love Costco. I love walking up and down the aisles and just finding all the deals, and it's hard. And I told myself that all I needed was windshield wipers. I told myself I'm not going to bring a cart, because if I bring a cart, then I'm going to be tempted to buy other things that I only wanted. I need to carry what I purchase. I can carry four pairs of windshield wipers, or 2 pairs, 4 blades of windshield wipers. So I'm walking up the aisles just to get some steps in. I pass these hampers. Our hampers are falling apart. They don't match. Do we need them? No, we don't. And I had to have a talk with myself, and I even tried to justify I can put the windshield wipers inside the hamper and carry them that way. I still don't need a cart. We can do this. No, you don't. Kelly, keep walking. And I had to keep walking. Was it hard? Yeah. Did I want those really cute pattern hampers that went perfectly in our bedroom? Yeah, I wanted them. But did I get them? No. Sometimes you have to say no to those. All right, number 7. It's a controversial one, but I'm going to say it, and I'm not going to harp on it too long, but not tithing. For us, this is huge. We tithed through the entire thing. When we were paying off our student loans, when we were cash flowing the wedding, now we are saving for a down payment. We have tithed the entire time. And I really personally think it's a trust thing. And, it's not our money to begin with. This is my own personal beliefs. And I think it's important. I think that, having that giving heart is really important. And, when you're paying off your debt or you're trying to meet those goals, maybe just doing the minimum of, the 10%. And then when you're able to, you can do a lot more. Right now, we are giving well over 10%. We have a goal in 2019 to give away $20,000. And so, that's a really big goal. But when you hit those financial milestones that you want and the ones that we've already previously hit, you have the money to do it. And it's so awesome that when you free up money, when you get rid of your debt, you have the money to give. And it's awesome. So tithing, I really believe that is a huge thing, and not to get preachy or anything like that, but I will say that when there's been a short time in my life when I was not tithing, and it was a time when I was behind on my bills, when my car was repossessed, and when I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I was overdrafting on my account. That's the only time that I wasn't tithing, and that's when that happened. And then when I started tithing again and getting control of my money and making it a priority and being a good steward of my money, I wasn't overdrafting anymore. And, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say on it. Number 8 is you have too many goals. So this is an interesting one, but stay with me. So there's been so many times where I've been so guilty of this myself, of I want to save for this, I want to do this, and I want to save for all of these amazing things and have really, really big goals, but you need to be laser focused with your goals. And I actually have a blog post on this. And there's been so many times where I've had to have this talk with myself of saying, okay, Kelly, you want to save for this, this, and this. You have 15 sinking funds. You need to cut some of them out. And some of those things you can cash flow. Like I used to have a sinking fund for getting haircuts. We can cash flow a haircut. That's fine. And just cutting out those other sinking funds so that you have more money to put towards your bigger goals. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, go check out the blog post. It'll be linked down below and it'll go more into detail. Number 9 is not being prepared for Murphy. Murphy's going to come. He may come with his cousin or his brother, but he's going to come and you need to be prepared for him. And so having an emergency fund. Dave Ramsey talks about having a $1,000 emergency fund. That's not for everyone. Some people want more than that. Some people, they feel comfortable with $1,000, but I think a bare minimum of $1,000, between $1,000 to a full month's salary, is a good emergency fund to have. You do want it to be a little small so that it scares you, because the reason that you want it to scare you is so that it pushes you to get out of debt. It pushes you to work hard to reach your goals, to get out of debt and be gazelle intense and get rid of it so that it frees up money so you don't have that hanging over your head. So I really recommend between $1,000 and then a full month ahead. Wendy Valencia, she's a full month ahead. She's going through the government shutdown right now. She's not receiving a paycheck. Thank God she doesn't have just $1,000 or she would be in so much trouble. She has to have a full month ahead. So we have our full 6-month emergency fund. We have $25,000 for that. So, if something did happen, God forbid, we would be okay in it for 6 months. And number 10 is not willing to get creative with a side hustle. I am so big on side hustles. As you guys know, that I still mystery shop. I make food for my coworker. I do all sorts of side hustles, including blogging and YouTube and money coaching and everything like that. But getting creative with them. What are you already good at? A great side hustle that you can start right now is trying to find people to cook for and meal prep for. And that was such a simple one. I cook for my coworker and I make him the same thing that I make myself. I just make a couple extra servings and he pays me for it. And he saves money by not eating out. He eats healthier than the fried food from eating out. And I make a little cash. So it's a win-win for everyone. So make sure you get creative with a side hustle, but make sure that your side hustle is not costing you money. I, way back, did this whole thing where I was trying to transfer photos onto wood and I bought all this materials for it. And they were cool. I made some really cool ones, but it was like $150 in supplies and I didn't make a penny from it. And so just make sure that your side hustle that you're doing is not something that you're going to go out and invest a bunch of money. It may need money later on down the road, but you can do that as you create an income. And it doesn't need to be money out of the gate. You really want to avoid that. I have a whole playlist on side hustles. I have some blog posts on side hustles, so make sure you check those out. All right, guys, that is the 10 reasons why you are not able to meet your money goals. So if you have any ones, please leave them down below in the comments. Check out the comments, guys. Interact. There's so many amazing people that comment on my videos every single time, and I'm just blown away by their knowledge and just the community that's forming in the comment section. So if you haven't, go check out the comments. Comment on each other's. Just be nice, and it'll be encouraging, I promise. And if they're not encouraging, they're out of there. So talk to you guys later. Check out everything in the description box, and if you're new, subscribe. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.